Welcome back, you connoisseurs of fine grass. Ogaz here to talk about the career and reputation point system in Lawn Mowing Simulator. Why? Well, there's been some questions since the starter guide, and I thought I'd clarify a few points, but more importantly, give you the road to the fast lane. If you want to level up quickly, here are some tips you can follow to get there on your journey. Of course, I didn't follow this path initially. I did start to do some of these things later in my career, as I'd seen a lot of the locations. There's 31 locations in total, but after a while, the different variations of sites might become a little bit stale later in your career. At least it did a little bit for me. And so I started to adjust what I was doing in the game. But at the end of the day, you can choose to do this early on. It's your game, it's your call. Now, just a reminder that the RP system is the reputation point system in LMS, and that represents the tiers which you operate over as you progress throughout your career. As your RP increases, the number of locations you can mow increases, the ability to hire more staff increases, and the challenges and free roam start to unlock for you as well. At the end of the day, there's a total of 5 tiers: established, trusted, professional, esteemed, and distinguished. From established to esteemed, you have sub-levels 1 to 5 that apply to each rank. So you gradually progress through those levels until you hit distinguished, which is just a flat capped rank with no levels associated to it. It is essentially what you would call endgame. Now, to start with, you should have an understanding for how staffing works. The game offers you an opportunity for 2 additional employees maximum. Just bear that in mind. Despite what it says in the menus, you can hire a maximum of 2 people in your team. Now, when you do that, of course, it allows you the diversity of choice when you assign contracts. So as your company starts to grow, you'll be able to hire 2 people, allowing you to allocate more contracts out in the field. Now, when you do that, go into the contract selection and make sure you look at the RP value and price value of these contracts. The goal here to a quicker journey is to maximize your RP. So select the contracts with the highest RP and assign those to your contractors. Additionally, you can then assign yourself a rubbish collection job, for example, which is a much quicker, simpler task, which will only take you 2 to 3 minutes probably. Come back and you will have achieved a fair amount of RP and of course gotten the cash revenue from the other 2 jobs. Now, some people are going into a full mowing job, quitting at the first instance and then returning back to the menu. Again, you don't get all the glory from your side, but you do rake in the benefits from your employees. The trick to this is it's not a very good way to make money and not a very good way to pay off your loans, because you'll find very quickly that if you've got a big loan outstanding for equipment you're buying, you won't be able to service them very easily because you're not doing much work. So I stress, this is a way to get RP quickly, not necessarily a way to get big mowers and big money quickly. You still need to do the hard yards to make the money, at least with your staff members. Of course, as I said, you can cheese your way out of this and just keep spamming day by day, setting out your employees once your loans are paid off to keep doing more work and making the money for you. But at the end of the day, are we here to play a lawn mowing simulator game or a button mashing rubbish collector simulation game? I don't know, it's up to you guys, but you can see my point. I'm now just hit the top level, which is distinguished, and I realized that I really enjoyed my journey grinding up the organic way. I like starting with the knights and the stiggers and working up to the toros and the skags and learning how to stripe, and going through that process was really an enjoyable part. Now, the other thing you can do, of course, is make sure you're spamming your ads each week. I've mentioned this in the previous career guide, but if you're not doing that, obviously do that each day after each contract has been completed. Make sure you go into advertising and spam the advertising button for that day. The first 2 on the left tend to be the most profitable. Of course, you get the most RP from those. Again, you're spending money to do this, but it is a very good solution. Anyway, that's my take of upping your reputation points quickly. As I said, it's not the way I took in the early parts of the game. I can see the attraction to do that. I encourage you to explore the game first before doing some of these things, but at the end of the day, it's your game. If you want to get your reputation points up quickly, you want to expand the locations, access the challenges and the free roam in a quicker fashion, this is one way of going about it. As I say, it won't impact the amount of mowers you have available. Those are available to you instantly. That question is more about how much money you have. So once you've hit that point, that ceiling, where your reputation points no longer matter, obviously go back focusing onto the most expensive jobs you can do and have a ball to build your fleet of super mowers for now and the future. Now, the third and final thing you can do to complement your quick RP progress is to buy mowers. What I mean by that is to buy bigger mowers earlier. This will allow you to get through some of the properties much quicker, which will later turn over the contracts if you're doing them correctly much quicker as well. Again, I didn't do this in the early game, but I can see the attraction by jumping in once you've got a good loan capability, borrowing a lot of money, and then building up your mower base and buying Skags and Toros to take on some of the medium-sized jobs in a much quicker fashion. And I see the appeal of that, so most certainly you're welcome to do that as a good complement to upping your RP quickly. And I'm going to leave it there. I am Orgaz for Ludo Universe. For more games and lawn mowing simulator content, please like and subscribe. Let me know in the comments things you'd like to see more of from the game. Got plenty more guides to come, and hopefully be able to share those with you very soon. Anyway, thanks for joining, and I'll see you marvelous mowing minions on our next video. Until then.